This is the only program you're going to need as a 9-to-5 worker, as a busy person. And the reason why it's the only program you need is because you can literally morph it to your needs, okay? This is what I call the bare minimum method. The primary goals of this program are muscle gain / muscle maintenance, strength gain, and cardio, okay? If you're like most people, then you probably don't enjoy cardio that much. So this program is designed to do the bare minimum amount of cardio you need in order to boost your health and longevity. The bare minimum method is the exact way I program for myself. So many of my clients are on it right now as well. And the next question you might ask is, do you need a gym membership? No, you don't need a gym membership. I would advise one if you do want to make substantial muscle or strength gain, because you just have access to that equipment. Home workouts are fine and you can get good results from home, but you might just find that doing things in a gym creates much better or much more rapid and effective results because you have access to more weight, more equipment, etc. Because of this flexible approach to programming, we can just reshift the week literally like that and still make sure you get in those bare minimum sessions that you need every week in order to reach your goals. It's straightforward, it's time saving, you don't waste hours in the gym, you don't waste hours doing cardio. Bob's your uncle, let's get into it. Right then, so this is the coaching app that I use for my clients, as you can see on screen. So this is the rough breakdown, all right? So Monday, push 1, Tuesday, legs 1, Wednesday, rest, Thursday, pull 1, Friday, bonus, Saturday, bonus, Sunday, rest. Let me walk you through how this works and how it's so well suited for very busy people. I program in this way for myself and for so many of my clients because it works so nicely for busy and unpredictable weeks. All these sessions will take around 45 minutes. Legs 1 will take a little bit longer because I'll need some longer rest periods, etc. But generally speaking, I'm programming for 45 minutes in the gym. Again, let's be concise, let's be time effective, if you're a busy person, that is, okay? So the main goals with push are going to be hitting chest and triceps rather than going chest, shoulders, triceps. If you want to do chest, shoulders, triceps, you absolutely can. This is a big leg session, so we're going to do some heavier movements like hack squat or leg press, followed by some accessory work. Then we've got a rest day. For me personally, if I've done heavy benching and then a heavy leg session, a rest is very much welcome before my pull session. So we'll take a rest Wednesday, middle of the week. I normally have loads of work that day. Obviously this will vary from person to person, but I'll show you how we can move things around in just a second. Then I've got pull 1. So my personal pull, I do back and shoulders and some biceps, but the reason being I love training back and shoulders together. If you don't, you can put your shoulders on push, whatever works for you, all good. So then what we've done is that we've hit these 3 core components, all right? So even if you have a super busy week, the goal is to hit these 3 core workouts. We've ticked every box and we've hit the bare minimum on a busy week. And even on a busy week, you should be able to get 3 45-minute sessions in. Now there might just be those weeks from hell where it all falls apart, but for the vast majority of people, you can probably get 3 45-minute sessions in per week. But let's say, for example, you have a little bit more energy in the tank, you find yourself with some more time, and you fancy getting some more sessions in. So we now have the option of boosting things further along the line with additional booster sessions or bonus sessions. So here is where I program in my lower bonus. Generally speaking, not designed to be as heavy or as full on as this session, but actually a little bit more functional. So things like single leg deadlifts, some kettlebell work, knee mobility work, and some single leg movements as well, just to really focus on that. I might also get some cardio in here too. I might also throw some abs in here too, to kind of boost things along the line. In the same way, these rest days can still be sessions where you get some cardio in, some mobility work, stuff like that. So like a zone 2 session would be quite a good idea, potentially on the Sunday. Anyway, more on that in a second. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So the top up bonus session is basically anything that you're targeting, anything you're struggling to grow or want to grow more. Me right now, or at least it was for the last sort of training phase, was my arms. I wanted to bring my arms up. So top up for me was very much just getting in some arms, primarily biceps. So that would be a day where I did biceps, cardio, and abs, because that was just a really, really nice session, a really enjoyable session I like doing to work on weak points. So for me, it was abs and biceps and actually cardio as well. And it's just a good opportunity to get cardio in effectively. Whether it's a 1 hour zone 2 session or a quicker HIIT style session on the assault bike, both work really nicely dependent on time. Then I typically take a rest on a Sunday, okay? But the beauty of this programming is that because we're only committing to 3 guaranteed sessions, if you are having a really tough week and say that your week starts and Monday was just the day from hell and you can't get to the gym, you have tons of availability to move things around. So if you just say, right, Monday, absolute write-off, there's no way I'm going to get in for push, or I'm just not going to have a good session, I'll be better off taking a rest and doing it on Tuesday or whatever, you can do that and you can push everything a day back, all right? Now these lower bonus sessions don't matter as much because you have these free rest days. So it wouldn't matter if this all got pushed back, if you see what I mean. And you can do this in any which way, which is why I would always suggest, if you're a busy person, at the start of your week, getting a really good idea of, right, realistically, do I have windows here where I can train? Do I have a long session for legs, or a session that is going to be longer? Let's say, for example, you're doing lots of heavy sets on push, like bench, for example, that you want to make sure you have ample rest for, therefore the workout's longer. You need to dedicate that time for that session, therefore it becomes a priority session. So if I was like, oh, actually on Tuesday, I only really have half an hour to train, it wouldn't make sense for me to put legs here because I realistically need more than an hour. So again, I can look at that in the week ahead of time and go, let's move some things around. So I could go push Monday, or even I could just hit legs Monday, get it out of the way. I know I'm tight for time Tuesday. If I wanted to, I could take a rest, then go push, then go pull, and then just bring these as such. Bang, right? So we have the flexibility. What this style of programming allows us to do is constantly move forwards, constantly be like pushing the needle, so to speak, constantly be hitting the bare minimum amount of sets and work we need for a little bit of muscle gain, or enough muscle gain / maintenance and strength gain. And believe me, if you're tackling these sessions with absolute intensity, you are going heavy, you are pushing yourself, and you're utilizing progressive overload, you will be getting stronger, you will be gaining muscle. Obviously, the ideal would be to get more volume in, but if you're a busy person, this is just reality. So we're not here going, oh, so by no means am I sat here going, oh, this is the optimal program for muscle gain or whatever, because it's not, because you'd want probably a little bit more volume if you can, because you would probably want more than 3 workouts per week. But what I'm saying is you can still get results in 3 workouts per week with some additional booster sessions as and when you have the time. So this is very much about making the most of your situation. This is what I do for myself and tons of my clients. It works an absolute treat. And as an alternative, let's say as a bare minimum, you could get 4 sessions in per week rather than the 3. I would advise going for something like this, which would be an upper 1, lower 1, rest, upper 2, and a lower 2 with an additional top up as bonus. So this is one example of a layout here. So you'd go upper 1, which would be all body parts for upper. So you do bit of chest, bit of back, shoulders, and some arms, maybe some abs too. Although I personally don't like doing abs day before legs. I don't like having fatigued abs for legs because of bracing, etc. Anyway, if you wanted to, this upper 1 could be a more push-focused upper 1, and the upper 2 could be more of a pull-focused upper. In the same way, your lower 1 could be more quad-focused, and your lower 2 could be more hinge movement-focused, like hamstrings and glutes, for example. Your deadlifts, your hip thrusts, whatever. This might work a little bit better for recovery, depending on how quick you can recover. You're still utilizing your rest on Wednesday, that's the exact same. You could do cardio, you could do some stretching, mobility, quite nice after leg day. Then you've got your upper 2 Thursday, and then your top-up session. Now the top-up could go here. It absolutely could go there, but your top up, depending on what you're trying to top up, could be anything, right? Let's say you're chucking it here. Let's say you're trying to bring up your arms. Maybe on this upper session, you focus a little bit more on things like chest, shoulders, potentially, back, shoulders, whatever, and then you reserve your arms to hit them by themselves the next day to get some booster sets in there for your arms to help them grow. Let's say it was abs, get some abs involved, you get the idea. Top up is there to boost along things that you're trying to work harder on and grow more. If it's cardio and you're slacking on cardio, that's for cardio too. Then Saturday would be your lower 2, then Sunday rest, ready for your next upper lower, right? I'm doing you 3 different breakdowns for this bare minimum method, all right? So upper, lower, and just the top up. So if you have just 3 sessions, you can do a comprehensive upper session where you're hitting absolutely everything, maximal effort, utilizing progressive overload, going till failure, yada, yada, yada. Same for lower 1, use your rest somewhere, and then you have your top up. So the top up, if you're trying to grow your legs more, would be a leg day. If it's components of upper, like your arms, chest, whatever, you then dedicate a session with more sets for those target muscle groups for the top up. That way, you're getting the bare minimum in for your entire body, effectively, and you're also got a session where you're gonna push along weak points too. And that's only in 3 sessions per week. And yes, you absolutely would make strength and muscle gains through doing this. Not as fast as if you're doing more volume throughout the week, obviously, but you would still be making gains. Again, this is all about context. This style of programming is for busy people, right? So if you could get in the gym more, you have an upper and a lower that you can add, right? It's not rocket science, it's just how to go about programming. Again, at the start of the week, evaluate your week. So what's it looking like? What days are particularly busy? Maybe use rest days on those really busy or hectic days and rework your week accordingly. And you have ample room of programmed rest days and bonus sessions to really move things around and effectively gain success in what you're doing. And that is that. So now that you have the exact format and blueprint for the bare minimum method, you have the tools you need to program really, really nicely for your way of life, your busy style of life or your 9 to 5. If your week is unpredictable, this has you covered. If you work 9 to 5, again, this has you covered. If you don't want to train on Sundays or Mondays or whatever, this has you covered. Now, if you don't know how, or frankly can't be bothered to personalize this approach to you, i.e. making it work based on your exact goals, your training experience, your personal preferences, how much time you have, when you're going to be training, etc., then please do drop me a message. Don't hesitate, I'm here to help. The best two places to contact me would be through my email or my Instagram. My DMs are always open on Instagram, I will get back to you. TikTok, not so much. But if you want to just skip that and book in straight away for a free consultation call, my link is right below. So then, ladies and gents, I hope this video helped you. Hopefully you now have a much better understanding of how to build an effective and concise program for you that saves you a ton of time and effort. Those of you that will be booking in calls, I look forward to talking with you soon, but everyone else, I will see you next week.